navigating the heart's maze, ethical dilemmas in loving an addict, making the hard choices, intervention, support, and self-preservation. Loving someone with an addiction presents a complex array of emotional and ethical challenges. From deciding when to intervene to distinguishing between support and enabling, individuals find themselves at the mercy of tough decisions that can have profound impacts on their own lives as well as on their loved ones. This article delves deep into the ethical dilemmas faced by those in relationships with addicts, providing a compassionate guide to handling these challenges. It also outlines how these dilemmas may differ significantly when the addiction involves minor acts of rebellion versus serious criminal activities, ensuring readers are well equipped to navigate these troubled waters. Understanding the ethical landscape, the complexity of love and addiction, emotional bonds, and ethical burdens. Relationships with addicts are often bound by strong emotional ties that can complicate moral judgments. Love can sometimes cloud judgment, making it difficult to discern the right course of action when faced with the addict's self-destructive behaviors. Moral responsibility and personal safety. Individuals must balance their moral responsibility to help their loved ones with the need to maintain their own health and safety. This balance is critical and can influence decisions on whether to stay in or leave the relationship. Ethical dilemmas and strategies for resolution: when to intervene, assessing the situation. Knowing when to step in involves understanding the severity of the addiction and its impacts on both partners. Intervention might be necessary when the addict's behavior poses a direct threat to their safety or that of others. Methods of intervention. Interventions can range from having honest discussions to organizing formal interventions with professionals. The goal is to help the addict recognize the need for help and to take steps towards recovery. How to offer help without enabling. Defining support versus enabling. Support involves actions that encourage recovery, such as facilitating access to therapy or rehab. Enabling, however, avoids addressing the addiction directly or covers up its consequences, thus perpetuating the problem. Implementing supportive practices. Effective support practices include setting clear boundaries, communicating openly about the impacts of the addiction, and encouraging professional help without moral judgment or ultimatums. Prioritizing one's own health and safety, recognizing personal limits. It's crucial to acknowledge when the relationship is too detrimental to one's own well-being. This may involve setting hard boundaries, seeking separate living arrangements, or in extreme cases, ending the relationship. Seeking external support. Engaging with support groups like Al-Anon can provide emotional relief and practical advice, ensuring that one's own health and safety are not overshadowed by the addict's needs. Differentiating between minor acts and serious crimes. Handling minor acts of rebellion. Lower risk scenarios. When the addiction involves minor acts of rebellion, such as occasional excessive drinking or recreational drug use, the ethical dilemmas typically concern lifestyle compatibility and emotional health rather than immediate safety or legal issues. Strategies for management, couples therapy, or individual counseling can be effective in addressing these issues. Establishing open communication about the expectations and boundaries related to these behaviors can prevent escalation. Dealing with serious criminal behavior, higher risk complications. Addiction that escalates to serious crimes, such as drug dealing or theft, presents more severe ethical dilemmas. These include the risks of legal consequences, significant personal harm, and the moral implications of concealing crimes. Necessary actions. In these cases, it may be necessary to involve law enforcement or to distance oneself from the addict to avoid codependency and legal entanglements. Professional legal advice should be sought to navigate these scenarios responsibly. Conclusion. The journey of loving someone with an addiction is fraught with ethical dilemmas that test the limits of love, patience, and resilience. Whether facing minor acts of rebellion or dealing with serious criminal offenses, it is essential to approach the situation with compassion for oneself and the addict. By understanding the ethical nuances of each scenario, setting clear boundaries, and seeking appropriate support, individuals can make informed decisions that foster health, safety, and potentially the recovery of the loved one. This path is not easy, but with the right strategies and supports, it is possible to navigate the ethical labyrinth of